Yeah, thank you for being here. I think you may have all been informed, but we're excited to announce today that the NFL owners unanimously passed a resolution giving every NFL player an opportunity to play in the Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles. I think this news represents a great opportunity for the sport, for the NFL. It's truly the next step in making NFL football and football a global sport for men and women of all ages and all opportunities across the globe. We think that's the right thing to do, and this is a big step in accomplishing that. For our players, we think it's a tremendous opportunity for them to represent their country, to compete for a gold medal, which is the pinnacle of global sports. It's something that I think all professional athletes, and we have two here today that will speak to this, that across many different sports, the opportunity to play for your country and to win a gold medal or any medal is a wonderful and an honor to be able to do. And I think from an individual perspective, I think the Olympics is another step in giving our players an opportunity to brand themselves on a global basis, to give them that opportunity to be exposed to a global audience and show them what they can do on any field and beyond that. So we're very excited about it. We appreciate, of course, the NFLPA has been incredibly supportive. USA Football, IFAF, which is the International Football, American Football, LA28, and of course the Olympic family, which we appreciate all of their support. So I'll hand it over to Peter O'Reilly.
Thanks, Commissioner. I'll be brief, and just building on the Commissioner from an international lens, it was a significant deal when the IOC selected flag football for women and men to be part of the LA28 Olympic program. Today is another major step in that. We've seen over the last couple of years the way that countries around the world are now investing in flag football because it is on that Olympic stage and it is a medal sport, significant investment. Today only shines a big, bright spotlight on the rapid growth of flag football, not just in this country, but around the world, and the opportunity that exists over the next 3 years to build on that momentum. And then on a big stage, as the Commissioner said, with the best athletes in the world, showcasing this tremendous sport and doing that in a way that is another catalyst for our game around the world. So we couldn't be more excited. Everywhere we go around the world, we see flag football now being played in schools, played at higher levels, and this announcement today will only draw attention and will continue to increase the commitment and investment. So very excited for the opportunity and thrilled, to the Commissioner said, to be working with great partners in the IOC, in IFAF, in LA28 to bring this to life. And Troy Vinson's been at the center of everything we've done with flag, so I'll hand over to TB right now.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Commissioner. Full circle. It was just a few years ago where we were in Birmingham, Alabama, talking about the World's Game and participating in the World's Game. And the membership today made a bold move. America's game now on the world stage. And that's what keeps resonating in my mind. America's game is now on the world stage. And I'm thankful, again, bold, strategic, visionary, very patriotic move by the membership to be participating in this global game of flag football. Justin, Brian, I want to thank these two individuals, particularly because they've been along this journey with us from the very, very beginning. The first call to Justin and his team about, would you assist us in becoming a global ambassador, in particular, in encouraging young women to play the great game of football? And he put his hand up. And every time we ask, we don't have to ask anymore. Justin is there. He's been there with us, has been a tremendous partner. And Brian has been one native of his country, supporting his country, has been one killing my text messages, phone all the time about what are we going to do in my home country? What are we going to do in Ghana? How do we get on the grand stage? So, Commissioner, thank you for your commitment. Peter, thank you for your commitment. And to the membership, thank you. We are now on a global stage, which is exciting. We can truly bring America's greatest game on the global stage. Justin, Bryant, your floor.
That's a big floor, man. To be honest, I'm just a loss of words. It's just seeing the amount of kids that are really involved in this sport, seeing the women and men being involved, and seeing it now being on a global stage is something that's so special. Even though it's 3 years down the line, and then they're still planning and who's going to be on the team and all, but just to think about the chances of playing in the Olympics and getting a gold medal is a dream. Just reverting back to being a kid and watching the track and field meets, watching basketball win the gold medal. So that's something that as a kid I always wanted to be a part of, but football wasn't globally. So now that we're expanding the game and we're going more globally, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and just seeing all of the different countries being involved, and seeing athletes like BA coming to America to play their sport, and it's just so many different athletes all around this league that we have that come from different areas of this world. That the talent is out there. It's just this game needs to be expanded and to be played all around the world. So I'm just honored to be an ambassador for this flag thing that's going on, and to say that when I was a little kid, it wasn't that big. To see it expand and to be what it is today, I'm an honor to be a part of it, and to have this space that I have, and to expand it more is my job, and it's something that I carry under my heart. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for listening. This is an incredible opportunity, just being able to expand the game globally. I know how important this is, not only for the youth here in the United States, but the youth also across the country in West Africa, across Ghana. Had the pleasure of going back recently, a month ago, to host a talent scouting camp in Accra, Ghana, to find the best talent in the country to one day represent their country, and that's something that every kid wants. I remember when I was 10 years old, I was sent to Africa, and I was telling the kids over there that I play, football, and they're like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "You're American football." I'm like, "Oh, no, this is what we call it back home." And just being able to go back home now and say, "Okay, yeah, you have the opportunity to represent your country playing flag football," and the excitement, the joy, and the appreciation of just the work that has to be put down so that they get the opportunity to one day represent their country, but not only represent their country, but have an opportunity to play football at the highest level like Justin and I. So it's a wonderful privilege, and I just can't wait to see the excitement and joy that everybody's going to be able to see out of the players, the fans, and just each country just being able to come out and say, okay, I have the opportunity to compete in the highest games, LA 2028, and have the opportunity to bring the gold back to the Gold Coast. So appreciate you guys for having me, and thank you.
Great.
Yeah, so Peter, Troy, you guys can take this. Then I want to ask you too about this BA. What is this going to look like as far as just because obviously the preponderance of football players out there are American. I remember Mike Piazza played for Team Italy. I can't remember if it was in the World Baseball Classic or the Olympics. Do you guys anticipate NFL players doing that too, where more and more guys who maybe can't make the U.S. team might play for a country where they have heritage? And then BA, I'd love for you to answer that question too, if you anticipate that, knowing your fellow players.
I believe so. It's an opportunity. Justin said it best. I remember coming out in '92 and watching that dream team. That was my draft year, but there was no such thing as football being played in the Olympics. It just wasn't on the radar. I just think more opportunities for those pros. It's a different game. It's not what we would consider our normal 7-on-7. Obviously, the field dynamics are a little different. But I do believe you'll see the hands go up from those that are not just currently playing, but those veterans, those individuals who have not had the professional career that they were looking to have or the professional experience, put their hand up on the world stage, playing the world games. But absolutely, it's a new opportunity to expand their brand.
We see, and Brian's one of them, you see 300 plus players with flags on their helmets every week representing a their country of heritage. Ultimately, Albert, it'll come down to each national governing body in terms of deciding who would be eligible to participate on a national flag football team. But to Troy's point, there certainly will be opportunities. I think there will certainly be interest, and this resolution allows us to go forward and work with IFAF and the NFLPA to make that a reality.
Like if you see some players that you know like might actually choose to play for the country of their heritage versus just trying for the U.S. team.
Yes, I think the main thing is just the opportunity to have that privilege to represent your country or whatever country it is. So I haven't really put too much thought into it or gave it an idea of, okay, who would I really represent? But I think the main thing is just getting the word out that flag football is going globally. And I think that's just the most important thing right now so that everyone knows that flag football is safe, most importantly, for their participants. But this is something that, you know, you get an opportunity to represent your country. So I'm not sure, but yeah.
Question for really whoever wants to. I guess I'll start with Troy. Troy, you've been at work at this a long time, and anyone who's traveled to any of the international games, flag football has been a part of that programming. It's sent in pretty much every single press release you all send out. What is this going to look like going forward in terms of the presence of the NFL at the Olympics? What is that branding going to look like? How are you all going to interact with partners like Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, and so on?
Well, I'll just start with, again, America's greatest game on the world's greatest stage. And what does that look like? NBC being the broadcast partner. Brent, I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think the world finally has an opportunity to see the greatest athletes in the world participate, both men and women. And I just think this is when the National Football League, we're going to show up. This is when we show up best. We have an all-inclusive sport that when we talk about football as family, football for all, that's what flag football represents. And I do believe on that particular stage, all-inclusive, all accessible, easily accessible, and affordable, it just gives young men and women around the world hope to represent and rep their country. So we're going to show up. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a cadence. I think the membership vote today, allowing the young fellas to put their hand up and be that dream team that we all saw, that I grew up watching in '92. Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing Justin play. He going to get his – we can't wait to smash Ghana out, but I'm looking forward to it, Brandon.
Randall, I'll just add, I think not just around the Olympics, we're seeing more and more of our partners seeing the flag momentum and investing in flag alongside us, whether that's Nike or a P&G or these partners who see the momentum in flag and want to be on the ride with us. So we're seeing more and more of that every day. And that's not just at the Olympic level, but that's at the youth, high school, college level, et cetera.
Two parts for Peter and Troy, whichever one wants to take it. So first things first, what's your level of confidence that you'll be able to work out the details that still need to be worked out for this to be a go? And then for Justin, you certainly seem to suggest that you're planning to play. Is it sort of definite in your mind you want to play and sort of these details about, you know, the timing of it and any injury risk? Will those be any factor at all in your decision?
That's a decision I definitely have to, you know, weigh in a little bit. You know, it's 3 years from now. You know, it's, you know, 3 whole seasons that I'm going to have to go through. And, of course, getting older, body is going to be different. just like he said, that's definitely always been a dream. There's always been, something that I always wanted to do, competing for your country versus all of the other countries in the rest of the world. So I would say just having that, that I'm the best in the world, you can actually finally say that without, people weighing in their opinions about us not having to play other countries. So, I mean, I'm definitely would look forward to it if it came down to it, but, that's definitely something I'll have to kind of ask myself on and see what's the right move.
Mark, I think the hard work was today, and I think the leadership that we saw with the membership. Hey, I'm thankful for Lloyd. I'm thankful for the Players Association to be open. Who wants to get in the way? Who wants to get in the middle? We want to make sure we have the insurances that the players are protected, the clubs are protected, and man, let the players put their hands up and compete for their country, represent their countries, and compete for that gold. So I think the toughest part was today. Resolution was passed, leadership with Lloyd and Commissioner Goodell. They'll iron all those things out. They allow the athletes to showcase their talents.
For Justin and Brian, when's the last time either of you played in a flag football game? And how different is it? Like Troy said, it is a different game than the one you're playing most of the year. How different would you envision training being and prepping and trying to balance that versus getting ready for the NFL season?
Yeah, I actually had the chance to play in the Pro Bowl. So, for them to change the rules up and for us to go from, a regular game to now Pro Bowl game, honestly, it was way more fun. We had, we felt like kids out there, just kind of having fun, just being around each other. It's the best athletes in the league. So just all being on the same team and just seeing what it could be like. It definitely is something, excuse me, that is different, I would say. But there's people out there that, actually train for flag football. So that's definitely something that, that kind of weighs into it too, because they have a lot of athletes in this country, and they have a lot of flag football leagues in this country as well. So it's definitely something that we got to think about, but I'll be looking forward to it for sure.
I haven't played in the Pro Bowl yet, like Justin, but I have been able to soon. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, I have been able to just see the game and just watch it really closely. Just being in Ghana and hosting that flag football camp / Scout Talent, and just seeing what it really takes to be efficient and really good at the game. It requires a lot of different abilities that football in general doesn't require, but you definitely have to have speed, elusiveness, and being able to get away from people. And it's a completely different game. So like Justin said, you have to really give your respect to the players that have been training for this already and feel like they deserve the opportunity to play. But however the selection process goes, I think just everyone getting the opportunity to play flag football will definitely push this whole growth of the game forward. And that's what we're all here for, seeing the growth of the game just expand. So thank you.
I was going to ask, similar to Mark, I was just curious, as the players, what have you been told will be kind of like the medical situation when you for flag football? Have any of those details been presented to you guys yet?
Yeah, nothing was given to us. We kind of, this is all new. This is all something that is fresh on the plate, and really we're just, just trying to figure out what's next and, how the process is going to go. And just like I said, it's 3 years from now. So we don't really know, or, the just of how we're going to get selected, who's going to be the one selecting, and this, that. So, we really don't know at all.
Can I, if you don't mind? Been excellent question, and that was the next step coming out of this meeting. Those are some of the details that Commissioner and Lloyd will iron out, along with the membership. And frankly, I think it's a discussion that, You have our professional athletes. The collegiate athletes should be asking the same question. Most Olympians are coming from college institutions. So I think we, as a league, as we iron out some of those details, will inform the players collectively around the process. How do you get involved? Who do you need to contact? Working with your agents in the event that there's an opportunity for you.
I guess this is for Troy, but maybe Peter too. To what extent do you expect to be able to influence the elaborate schedule of pre-Olympics activities, tryouts, preliminary competitions, everything that the USA team will do to maximize your players' chances to participate in those versus something more where they say and then you have to react to it?
That was a lot of the work that's gone into getting to today. To Troy's point, that'll continue to be refined, but really ensuring that the timing works within our calendar was a really important conversation, where anything going on in 27 would be more of an acclimation period only during dead periods in our calendar, and then 28 would really be working, and IFAF and USA Football and the other NGBs are very respectful and supportive of this. Even 2028 would be within the dead periods and really creating windows that don't conflict with an NFL calendar. And then the games themselves in LA and LA 28, if flag were to be the first week of the games, that opens July 14th. That gold medal match would be in advance, meaningfully in advance by a number of days of the veteran reporting date. So that all went into the work that got us to today.
Yeah, Troy, how did Justin become the global ambassador? Like, what were the initial conversations that you had with him, and what drew you to him being the guy for
Who's not, when you just, he walks in a room, he lights up a room, he's full of energy. Frankly, when you watch him play as someone that truly loves the sport, he's young, he's one of our stars. He's excellent with people. I saw him at the Pro Bowl, and you can just see how he engages with young people. And you pick up the phone, you call his team, there were some commercial opportunities, but you wanted someone that was young, that was dynamic, that was cool to the people. I'm no longer cool, but he's cool to young folks. And he just enjoys being around people. And these are Justin and Brian are the greatest ambassadors of the game. So just watching how he interacts with not only his peers, he's a star amongst his peers, but then he's taking time out to go and see a young lady over here, a young guy, sign an autograph. Those things are important. Taking time, when you hear people, our folks, when they're putting together commercials, hey, he's a pleasure to work with. That's a professional. And those are the individuals that you want to work with all the time. They're the greatest ambassadors of the sport. So that's why you pick up the phone, you call and say, that's what we want. That's the model.
Big enough to be placed close. And to that end, that being said, Justin, how about an Olympics gritty?